6, example of mink farming. Right, so I've taken you up here. I know, yeah, the view is great. But as I said, we're visiting a mink farm now, or what used to be one. As I explained in the previous slides, in the early 1930s, 1920s-ish, mink farming was huge, you know, for mink coats. It was like all the fashion back then. And this was before animal rights. Oh, look in here, this is like their storage shed. Is that a bike? Oh, come on, look, we've got to go see the mink shed. So basically they contained minks in tiny cages, so they couldn't move around, so they wouldn't use much energy, so they didn't need much feeding. I mean, don't you can see up there, but look.
I think it was illegal, Sam.
Yeah, it was illegal, I think. Look, the cages are packed up to the ceiling, it's insane. Like, it's just mink on mink on mink. So I think there's about 4 buildings around here, and this looks illegal. It's like, maybe pirates were doing it, you know, like people under the radar were farming these minks, and then they're being bought at low prices from retailers. You just see in there the cages. Yeah, go ahead, this is a good bit around here. So this is kind of close to where I live. So the minks were kept in these tiny cages, so they couldn't move, and they're just packed on top of each other. Probably never cleaned, it stunk, because their water was filled in, a bit of food now and then, obviously miserable. I mean, like, look at the size of it, it's just absolutely tiny. A mink's like the largest animal. Like, it's at least the width of it, isn't it, really? You see, there's this food and water, it's all dumped in. There were just hundreds of them stacked on top of each other, they stunk, they were all screeching, couldn't move. Yeah, I'll see if I can get the camera in here, let's show you. It's a good, I don't know if you can see, like, it just stacks and stacks of shells that it all would have been. Obviously it's all, like, demolished now. Actually, there's a door around this up a bit, I'll show you around there.
Look at this. Feeding.
I know, yeah, the feeding thing, the water had gone there, like the bit of food. They weren't given much food, so they didn't need it, they just needed to get to full growth. They were killed and skinned. So they had just absolutely horrible lives. They would have stunk, they'd all been there together. They wouldn't have known what was happening to them, which I think you can see around there. But like, if you look up to that window, just cages stacked on top of each other. It's really, it's cruel, it's so cruel. So thank God for animal rights. And this was demolished, I think 1960s, is what the locals say, or anyway.
Miss Marwood said Kent was a hotspot for mink farming.
Yeah, it was. Kent, it's close to the borders and smugglers and things, good trade routes. Oh, we've got caught in a bit of bramble. Yes, it's a hotspot. Anyway, so in the 1960s they were all released, and like in this area today, people still see minks and stuff. So at least some of them had a good life. Anyway, back to the station. Go around here. I swear I can get into it. It's the other side of this storage thing. Fuck! Shit! What the fuck is that? Ben! Let me. Ben!